Pretty neat, huh, Gerald? See Bob Goss now?
He's gone to heaven, hasn't he?
Gone on to heaven.
Right now I'm down to holding little cardboard sign. So don't laugh at me, don't call me names, don't get your pleasure from my pain. In God's eyes, we're all the same. Someday we'll have perfect dreams. Don't laugh at me.
That show will be showing on Christmas this year.
I'm dead, I'm blind, they aren't me at all. Don't laugh at me, don't call me names, don't get your pleasure from my pain. In God's eyes, we're all the same. Someday we'll have perfect dreams. Don't laugh at me.
They're all gonna be in here. They like that thing at it.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That is so true as Mr. Mark said. It's great because all to recognize that we're all God's children. We created us all uniquely and differently. And that's what
Pretty neat, huh, Gerald? You didn't know you were going to see yourself on television today, did you?
is when children make fun of God's children. So always when you see that happening, you step in and say, it's better to share love than to share hatred. It's better to share love than to share ridicule. And if you can't say something nice about someone, then just don't say anything at all. And remember to practice the golden rule. Mark, we have Chelsea on line 1. Can we take line 1 call first? Line 1, Jennifer. Is that you, Chelsea? Well, anything special you want for Christmas? Well, Santa will see what he can do, okay? Thank you so much for calling today. You having a good time? You enjoy the show? Well, fantastic. You have a great day now. And be sure to watch this tape of all the special Olympians out there at Nile High School putting on this show for us. Can we go to our tape now?
Oh my, looks like we have company. Come on out, let's tell them who you are.
Pretty neat, huh, Gerald?
Hi there, we're Elle, and we done all of the toys for Christmas. Yeah. We checked each one to make sure they were just right. Ooh, boy am I tired. We have 2 more
This is our Santa entertainment show.
Please?
This is our Santa entertainment show that Gerald sings in, and I play Santa. And this is out at Ryle High School for the Special Olympics.
Okay, wander up.
Why not with me? What happened? Wander up again. Oh no! As soon as I got in line, we just don't have time to fix her. What will we do? Oh, I know. We will just have to stay here until next year.
Tell the one that Wendy over in the corner and bring over the pen.
Tracy? Yeah. Anne is almost on the floor. Please? She's almost on the floor.
Oh, get Tiffany. Tiffany!
Are you going to eat your lunch?
That's why we not so bad.
If I'm in the way, you just holler at me.
Put you over there.
Okay. Very good, Marcel.
Thanks.
You better quit.
Where you want to sit, Charlie? Your table? Right here?
Fantastic. Ryle High School. Special Olympics.
Jeffy, come down. Jeffy, come down.
Oh, you're in the wrong spot. You're in the wrong spot, Charlie. I can put you over here. You're in the Teresa, I need to move this because you guys are in the middle of everything. Gerald, are you playing bingo?
No.
Okay. And I'm gonna have to at 2 o'clock.
Okay.
Sit right there.
Are you gonna leave this table?
Good. I'll put this somewhere out of the way.
We show these two Santa Claus shows on store cable or Spectrum cable now, every year, every Christmas. This one and the other one I do. Both of them educational type shows, you know, and good for seniors and kids.
You okay, Marshall?
Gerald, pretty neat, huh? You'll be back on there in a minute or two yourself. Here at Providence Pavilion with Gerald and Dorothy Stephenson and all the other wonderful guests here today, watching Santa Claus Entertainment Show with John Stephenson and June Guyman Stephenson and the Whosoever Will group and my brother Gerald Stephenson and sister Mary Ruth Robinson Stephenson and her daughter Rebecca and Jackie and Johnny and Bill and the members of the Whosoever Will group, some of whom gone on to heaven, but always alive on video. Special Olympics.
Are you okay with that?
Thanks to Mark Staggs and his wonderful wife. Special Olympics area, Northern Kentucky.
Hi, Sue. How are you?
Elves are coming.
Something funny's going on here. I haven't found out what it is.
In case you wonder what you're watching, this is the Santa Claus Entertainment Series that I produced several years ago for cable television. And my brother Gerald, that's the Special Olympics out at Rowell High School right now. And my brother Gerald Stephenson and his group, the Whosoever Will group, sings in here at the beginning of the show, and it will sing again here shortly in the studio. And these shows show every year on cable television, Spectrum Cable TV. They've been showing every year for over 20 years now.
Oh.
And I'm John Stephenson, Gerald's brother, and former superintendent of education for the Commonwealth of Kentucky.
Oh, really?
You say Gerald's on this?
Yeah, Gerald's on there. He's on in the beginning
Dorothy?
singing a song. Dorothy's not on there, I don't think. We talk about now Dorothy's grandchildren are on there.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, they're both standing beside me on the by the sled we took into the studio.
Okay.
Now this is Ryle High School here, their Special Olympics program that I used to MC the Special Olympics for my 40 years.
Yeah. Gerald, you remember this?
No, I don't.
Well, good thing you got a brother that does, huh?
Yeah.
He's our historian, huh?
He remembers singing when he heard him singing.
Right, right.
He'll be singing again here in a little bit, and so will the Northern Kentucky Brotherhood Singers, the black gospel group, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeff, is that good for you? Who else?
I'll tell you what I'd like to do is leave this DVD as a gift to you all, and then you can play it anytime you want to for the group. Pretty neat, huh? I love to see the kids perform like that in school. Gerald.
Well, in travels with the Stephensons, we happened to get up this morning, and thanks to our good friend with the Special Olympics, they told us about a special play that's taking place at Swalwell High School. And I'd like to ask two of these ladies here what your names are and what your role is here at in the Boone County School System.
I'm going to go on. I'm the next one that teacher from I'm Ken Madden. I'm the handicap teacher from
And how did we get this play started here?
Well, that's middle of August, no, October, we started working on the play with the kids. And it was kind of tricky because half our kids were over grade and half our kids were over here live. We involved the peer tutors that come and work in our classroom with the children also. So it's been a group effort between the two schools.
And whose groups are involved in this? Whose classes?
Well, this our two classes, we have about 30 people involved altogether. What we're doing with this is a fun project for the kids, but also to show the community that disabled children can learn, they can perform, they can have fun, and it's just been a great opportunity for all of them.
Well, they certainly can perform and have fun because I had fun here today myself. It was a real pleasure. Now, where all are you showing this play? Where have you shown it? I understand it's going to be shown again this week.
Yes, we're doing one tomorrow. Playing some of the different skills and invite the multiple handicap classes throughout the Clinton County School District come and do it. So we've done big performances, and we've got one more to go.
And who are the students performing in this? Are they students here at the school? Now let me ask you this question, because I know people always wonder, what was it that got you two interested in teaching children with disabilities?
Well, actually, I had a teaching degree with regular children, but then I had a daughter that had multiple handicaps. And so that's really what got me into it. Once I worked with her in her classroom, I thought, this is a lot of fun. So that's how I got into it.
And my mother was a special education teacher in West Virginia. That's how I got started.
Well, it's a calling, isn't it?
Yeah, but I believe it is. Everybody says it takes a location, special skills, but really it just takes a lot of the kids.
I know one of the things that's been a great pleasure in my life, I served as a rehabilitation counselor many years ago with Goodwill Industries with the State Department of Education. And I got involved back then when I was with the JCs in Boone County in starting the Special Olympics for Northern Kentucky and worked as their MCs. I guess it's 26 years in a row now I've emceed the track and field event, which is held here at Swalwell High School. And we brought some of those events, the softball games, the fishing, and the track and field to television. And today we have the pleasure of bringing a beautiful play, a Christmas play, that I think depicts the real meaning of Christmas, the reason for Christmas, which is the children that God created. And He did create all of the children, all of us in different ways, unique. And here we got one right here, I see. Is that right, Mike? Well, fantastic. Isn't that great? Well, you did a great job. We had such a wonderful time. You know, every child is a winner in the Special Olympics. And today this play made every child in Northern Kentucky, whether they have some handicaps or not, winners, because it shows the goodness in all children that Jesus and the Lord made. So thank you so much for your bringing this play to us. And if people are interested in asking you questions about it, where would they call you to do so? Well, Boone County School System is to be complimented for hiring two wonderful teachers such as yourself. Thank you so much. Great to be with you with Travels with the Stephensons, and we'll move on to something else for Christmas this year. God bless you and have a great day.
Back in the studio.
Fantastic. Boy, I tell you what.
Now there's the grandchildren's, Gerald.
Working with all those special Mark, it sure is a pleasure to have you here as the area director of the Special
There's Jennifer and JD,
Fantastic to have
Mark Staggs and his daughter.
And I'd like to also thank our elf, John Stephenson. He's such a great elf. He's been with us for over 25 years, and we sure appreciate it. The kindness he shows us.
Well, God bless you. Thanks so much, Jennifer, coming. And I got the things you want on Santa's list, okay?
Yeah.
Well, fantastic. You have a great day now, okay? Santa, see you and Mark later. And Santa wants to remind all the listeners out there, you can call him right now at 261-1300 at extension 108. But be patient if you don't get through, because Santa's lines are awful busy. And that number again is 261-1300, extension 108. And Santa wants to thank all of his elves back there that are working in the studio. Nick Murgatroyd, of course. David, Miller's back there. Nikki, his wife, is out here as the floor director. He's doing a great job. And we've got Jason back there and Kelly. Kelly, he has to tolerate poor Santa all the time. Bless her heart. She does such a great job.
Hey, Gerald. Say hi to everybody.
We got calls coming on the line right now. Marvin.
Right here.
Marvin.
Say hi to everybody.
Line or three? Oh, let's go to line number 3. Line 2, Jennifer. Mark, thank you so much. You take care now. Have a great day. Say goodbye to the folks.
That's Ian there.
Bye-bye.
That's Ian Gregg's son, yeah.
Marvin, are you there? Is this brilliant? Is this brilliant? Well, how are you doing? Jennifer, I often sitting here right beside you. Can you see?
Well, before you know it, all.
Okay, I'm gonna have to ask you to move, Gerald, if you're not playing, honey.
Okay.
Say goodbye to folks.
Okay. See you later.
Steve, are you there?
Well, Santa, how are you?
Fantastic, how you doing?
Listen, we just wanted to welcome you to Northern Kentucky. We were hoping to get down to the studio and do it in person, but, we got hung up at work, and you know that making a living sometimes gets in the way of it.
Oh, it sure does. Steve, Santa wants you to know that you can tell the new mayor out there in Pleasant Springs, Fair Machine, he just loves her to pieces. He hopes she does such a great job out there. And he hopes that all the wounds that are out there are healed, and everybody just starts loving everybody and does a great job for the city out there in Villa Hills and Pleasant Springs.
So, Santa, we just want to say we're very grateful for all of our blessings, and especially for the great crew down at the CTC. And Mr. Purgatory, Jason, and Kelly, they all do a great job. And
We need a snack.
Fantastic. Thank you for calling.
Merry Christmas, Santa.
Merry Christmas to you too. Now, Jennifer, let's go to line one. We've got Alex and Chris on line one. Alex and Chris, are you there? Hello, how you doing? Can Rudolph wait?
Yes?
Oh, and
Oh, I don't think it's supposed to. It's supposed to be hot.
What do you like for Christmas? Oh, okay, Santa, see what he can do. Have you been a good boy? Have you been good? Santa, see what he can do, okay? We love you too. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Santa loves you. Okay, Jennifer, go to line two. Hello.
Hi, Santa.
Hi, Tiffany. How you?
Oh, Santa's flying down over the state of Ohio. Oh, boy. Coming into Cincinnati, you know, past the Procter & Gamble tires and on over that great Ohio River, which is owned by Kentucky, you know. And old Santa, you know, is going to head into the studio and talk to you kids today from Northern Kentucky to find out exactly what it is you want for Christmas. I told you have to give me a call at 261-1300. That's going to be our message for what Santa's going to have to make up there at the North Pole for you kids this Christmas. And we'll be getting some good times together. You can visit with Santa and talk with him personally. I'm headed on down into Northern Kentucky now. Gonna fly right into the studio there. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. 859-750-0000. Travels with the Stephensons.
Ho, ho, ho! Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! Oh boy, Santa has been traveling over all of greater Cincinnati, and Santa has landed in Northern Kentucky here, and goodness gracious sakes alive, one of the things we found out by traveling all this territory is that there's a lot of wonderful, nice kids down here in Northern Kentucky. And Santa wanted to land here in Northern Kentucky and just take this opportunity to ask the kids to call him at 261-1300 so that he can let them know that he's interested in figuring out what kind of toys they want this year, what it is they want him to make. And so Santa was here to visit you last week, and you know something? He's going to be here again next week. And next week, the same time, 11 o'clock, from 11 to 12, and you can call Santa on Saturday at 261-1300. I think we've got a call now, haven't we? Let's go to a call for Santa. Oh, this is Neil from Villa Hills. Do we have Neil? Hi there, Neil. Hi, Neil.
Hello.
Yeah, well, you're talking to Santa now. Santa's going to sit down here, Neil. Okay.
No.
Well, Neil, what would you like to have for Christmas?
A scooter?
A scooter? Well, Santa will see what we can do. And I don't know if he can come up with that or not, but what do you think, Rudolph? Maybe?
I
Okay. Well, Neil, Santa appreciates you calling him here. You be a good boy. Be sure and have some cookies and milk waiting for Santa, okay?
Okay. Hi.
Bye-bye now.
Okay,
Santa
bye.
loves you.
Hello.
Let's see here. Is that Neil's sister?
Yeah.
What's your name? Okay. Well, Santa will be to see you now. You and your brother. Be sure to have those cookies and milk waiting, okay?
Okay.
Okay, Santa loves you. Bye-bye now. Okay, now we got Tiffany from Erlanger.
Say hi. She's here.
Hi, Tiffany.
Say hi.
Well, Santa wants to wave to you, Tiffany. I know. How old are you?
2.
2 years old, Tiffany. Well, Santa loves you very much. And you know something? Santa's going to be to see you soon, so you have a Merry Christmas now. And be sure and mind Mom and Dad, say your prayers at night, and remember the true meaning of Christmas, and watch the rest of the show, because we're going to have the manger scene on and talk about the true meaning of Christmas. Let's go to the next call now. Sean from Highland Heights. Sean, are you there? Sean, are you there? Hello, Sean. Well, Sean, I don't know whether you can talk to me or not, but you have a Merry Christmas, and remember that Santa loves you, and be sure and mind Mom and Dad and have the cookies and milk waiting for Santa. Okay? Bye-bye now.
Put it on my phone.
And let's see, do we have Amanda from Independence? Are you there, Amanda? Okay, well, listen, Amanda, Santa wants to wish you a Merry Christmas now. You be sure to have those cookies and milk waiting. And guess what, Amanda? Santa's got a special person he's going to bring out now for all the kids. And that special person is our Santa's reading instructor. And we know how important reading is to all of us. Because Santa, where could he be without reading all the cards that come to him? Santa has to be able to read. So Diane Kilpatrick, Santa's reading instructor, will you come out, Diane? Let's have a big hand for Diane.
Hi, Santa. How are you today?
Oh, Santa's doing great.
Well, I have a special book that I think that you'll really enjoy. The book that I've chosen today is called The Polar Express, and it talks about the North Pole and the elves and Santa. Would you like to hear it?
Oh, I'd love to hear
Okay,
it.
I'll read right over here on the couch.
Okay. Santa wants to ask a question. Is Santa's portable mic working okay? It's not? Okay, well, Santa will hold the hand mic then. And you can use that microphone right there. Diane?
The book today we have is The Polar Express by Chris Van Allsburg. On Christmas Eve, many years ago, I lay quietly in my bed. I did not rustle the sheets. I breathed slowly and silently. I was listening for a sound a friend had told me I'd never hear, the ringing bells of Santa's sleigh. There's no Santa, my friend had insisted, but I knew he was wrong. Late that night, I did hear sounds, though not of ringing bells. From outside came the sounds of hissing steam and squeaking metal. I looked through my window and saw a train standing perfectly still in front of my house. It was wrapped in an apron of steam. Snowflakes fell lightly around it. A conductor stood at the open door of one of the cars. He took a large pocket watch from his vest, then looked up at my window. I put on my slippers and robe. I tiptoed downstairs and out the door. "All aboard," the conductor cried out. I ran up to him. "Well," he said, "are you going?" "Where?" I asked. "Why, to the North Pole, of course. This is the Polar Express." I took his outstretched hand and he pulled me aboard. The train was filled with other children, all in their pajamas and nightgowns. We sang Christmas carols and ate candies with nougat centers as white as snow. We drank hot cocoa as thick and rich as melted chocolate bars. Outside, the lights of towns and villages flickered in the distance as the Polar Express raced northward. Soon, there were no more lights to be seen. We traveled through cold, dark forest where lean wolves roamed and white-tailed rabbits hid from our train as it thundered through the quiet wilderness. We climbed mountains so high it seemed as if we would scrape the moon. But the Polar Express never slowed down. Faster and faster we ran along, rolling over peaks and through valleys like a car on a roller coaster. The mountains turned into hills, the hills to snow-covered plains. We crossed a barren desert of ice, the great polar ice cap. Lights appeared in the distance. They looked like the lights of a strange ocean liner sailing on a frozen sea. There, said the conductor, is the North Pole. The North Pole. It was a huge city, standing alone at the top of the world, filled with factories where every Christmas toy was made. At first we saw no elves. They are gathering at the center of the city, the conductor told us. That is where Santa will give the first gift of Christmas. Who receives the first gift, we all ask. The conductor answered, he will choose one of you. Look, shouted one of the children, the elves. Outside we saw hundreds of elves. As our train drew closer to the center of the North Pole, we slowed to a crawl. So crowded were the streets with Santa's helpers. When the Polar Express could go no farther, we stopped and the conductor led us outside. We pressed through the edge of the crowd to a large open circle. In front of us stood Santa's sleigh. The reindeer were excited. They pranced and paced, ringing the silver sleigh bells that hung from their harnesses. It was a magical sound like nothing I'd ever heard. Across the circle, the elves moved slowly apart, and Santa Claus appeared. The elves cheered wildly. He marched over to us and, pointing to me, said, let's have this fellow here. He jumped into his sleigh. The conductor handed me up. I sat on Santa's knee and he asked, now what would you like for Christmas?
Boy, kids, isn't that something?
I knew I could have any gift I could imagine. But the thing I wanted most for Christmas was not inside Santa's giant bag. What I wanted more than anything was one silver bell from Santa's sleigh. When I asked, Santa smiled. Then he gave me a hug and told an elf to cut a bell from the reindeer's harness. The elf tossed it up to Santa. He stood holding the bell high above him and called out, the first gift of Christmas. A clock struck midnight as the elves roared their approval. Santa handed the bell to me and I put it in my bathrobe pocket. The conductor helped me down from the sleigh. Santa shouted to the reindeer and cracked his whip. His team charged forward and climbed into the air. Santa circled once above us and then disappeared into the cold, dark polar sky. As soon as we were back inside the Polar Express, the other children asked to see the bell. I reached into my pocket, but the only thing I felt was a hole. I had lost the silver bell from Santa's sleigh. Let's hurry outside and look for it, one of the children said. But the train gave a sudden lurch and we started moving. We were on our way home. It broke my heart to lose the bell. When the train reached my house, I sadly left the